Hi everybody, I'm still Ms. Lee. So in this video, we're going to go ahead and talk about two properties that should be fairly obvious, and then one property that's just very not obvious. So the first two properties are called identity properties. And these are the obvious ones. So this is identity basically means like when you multiply by 1, for example, you get itself. Its properties sort of like that. So the more like obvious sort of properties. So if you do log base b, so any base, log base b of any base of 1, log base b of 1, what are you going to get? So basically, b, any base, to what power will get you 1? Well, that's always going to be 0. And so this property is basically saying anytime you take the log of 1, no matter what the base is, so it could be natural log of 1, common log of 1, log base a billion of 1, you're always going to get 0. So that's what this property is saying. So that one should be pretty obvious because if you take any number to the 0 power, you're always going to get 1. That's what this property is saying. All right. And so the other property, the other identity property, is if you have some base b, so any base b, if you do log base b of, and then the same base, or whatever the base is, what are you going to get then? So b to what power is b? Well, that's always going to be 1. So any number to the 1 power is going to be itself. So b to the 1 power is b. And so if you do log base any number of that same number, you'll always get 1. Okay, so what this means, an example of this is ln of e is going to equal 1 because ln is log base e. Okay, similarly, log of 10 will also equal 1. All right, so on to our third property that we're talking about today, or in this video, is going to be the change of base formula. The change of base formula was traditionally used so that you could type logs into your calculator. So the change of base formula is where log base c of a equals log base b of a divided by log base b of c. So what you'll notice here is that on this side, you have a base of c and an argument of a. However, on this side, suddenly there appears a new b. And so the interesting thing about this b is that it can be any number. So b can be any number. Which makes it convenient to type into a calculator, because if you look at your calculator has 2 log buttons. One is ln and one is common log. So one natural log, one common log. It's not going to have a button for every possible base. And so what this formula does is it converts it. So you can convert a log of any base to logs with bases of your choice. So let's go ahead and do an example. Okay, so we're going to rewrite log base 3 of 7 in a way that we can type it into the calculator. So that means that we're going to be using the change of base formula. So let's go ahead and identify which part of the formula the 3 is and which part is the 7. So what you'll see is the 3 is where the c is. And so therefore, that's going to be this c. Okay. And as we said earlier, there are 2 types of logs in your calculator. There's natural log, and common log. And so the base b that we're going to pick is either e or 10. So we're going to match up with the log that we can use in the calculator. So in that case, this b we're using as ln as e, so ln or log. The c is going to be in the denominator. That was the 3, so we're putting the 3 in the denominator. The 7, the argument of the formula, goes in the numerator, and so we'll be writing that right here. So it's ln of 7 over ln of 3 is equal to log of 7 over log of 3. Okay, so we can plug this now into our calculator. So if you look, we have the log and ln buttons right here above the on button. And so if you type ln of 7 divided by ln of 3, or if you do log of 7 divided by log of 3, you get the same thing. How cool is that? All right, let's try one more example. Okay, so if you're looking at this example, you'll know that it kind of matches up with the change of base formula. So if you're looking at that, you have log base 3 of 64 over log base 3 of 2. So these two bases are the same, and you're dividing. This matches up with the right side of the formula completely. Okay, so then all you have to do is identify which one's A. Well, A will be 64. Which one's C? Well, that's 2. And you rewrite it the way it's written on the other side. So that would be log base 2 of 64. Well, if you're looking at that, that's also simplifiable. 2 to what power is 64? Well, you can try that in your calculator a few times, but you'll figure out that it's 6. 2 to the 6th power is 64, and so therefore, the answer to this problem is 6. All right, that's the change of base formula. Happy day!